Hey everybody, this is Pastor Brandon with our next episode of the Fandom Pastor. Before we get into it, if you would uh, give me a like, give me a share, something like that to let me know you're out there, I would much appreciate it. Um, so, we are in our cult film series. We only have a few more left. Then we'll be moving on to our next series. But cult films, if you don't remember or if this is your first time or something like that, cult films are those weird little films. Usually it's you either love it or you hate it, and it's usually more about how the fans respond to it. It's usually not a good movie. Um, Although there are some cult films that are actually very good, or at least in my opinion. But those films are really more cult films are about just being enjoyed. Again, they're usually their fans are pretty fanatical about loving on them. So my clue for this one was from last time, and of course, I've started putting a picture of what the film is at the beginning so you know what it is. But just to again give you the clue from last time, this film had a number of sequels as well as a cartoon series in the 90s. Yes, it actually had a kids' cartoon series in the 90s. Pretty crazy. The movie is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. The trailer is below. And if you don't know anything about it, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is literally just that. It's people being attacked by killer tomatoes. And honestly, the only, like, really quote unquote blood and gore is tomatoes being smashed, being squashed. So it's really a weird film. It's a spoof of all those big monster movies that have been coming out for years and years and years. And so this was all about these filmmakers were having fun. They were making a spoof. They were picking on um, those movies that kind of maybe took themselves a little too seriously, even with a very weird um, monster in it. So this was a movie about people just really having fun and recording it while they were doing it. And I think that's what we need to do sometimes. We need to not look at life or films as, is this going to win any Academy Awards? Is this going to be really that big or anything like that? Or just have fun with them. There's a number of movies I watch, and most of them are cult films, that I watch just to enjoy, just to have a laugh, not to think about it, just to kind of turn off a little bit. And it makes my heart cheerful. It's good medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. And I think we need to look at life that way too. Proverbs 17:22 says, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength." So, we need to recognize that Christianity is joyful. It's meant to be joyful, and joy is good for our health. During difficult times, we need to take some time to just stop and laugh. Sometimes it can be difficult to laugh, but we can still find joy in it. The Bible talks about all sorts of different people that are struggling, that are having bad times, and yet they can still find joy. They can still find something positive in those situations. You know, we need to stop taking ourselves so seriously, stop taking Christianity. I want to be very careful with this. Stop taking Christianity so serious in that we need to laugh at ourselves. We need to be serious about spreading the gospel, but don't be stuffy about it. Don't be overwrought about it. Take time to laugh, especially in fellowship. Enjoy yourselves because you don't want to. You don't want to be able. Or how do I want to say this? You don't want to approach somebody and sharing how much the gospel means to you and how beautiful it is and how wonderful it is, and you look like you're about ready to cry because you're so down on yourself, you're taking things too seriously, you're not going to get people to respond to that. We need to recognize that God created things to bring us laughter, to bring us joy, and we need to be a part of that. That's why a lot of cult films are so well enjoyed, is they don't take themselves seriously. They have fun with it. Sometimes they took themselves too seriously and they get laughed at. Um, our previous film was that we discussed was Troll 2. The director took himself too seriously, and he got laughed at for it. And so I think that's the idea behind some of the cult films like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. They didn't take themselves seriously. They knew they weren't being serious, and they just had fun. So we draw people to us by having fun, by enjoying it. If somebody is having a good time, I want to know why they're having a good time. And that'll bring people in. We need to stop, take a breath, and just enjoy life. So, um, we are kind of at the end there on that one. Um, but just enjoy life, please. So, our next film that we will be discussing, the clue for next time, this film had a scene that was actually used as a teaser trailer for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This is a favorite of mine. Most of these are favorites of mine. This one's a little harder to find, though. But if you look, you can find it. So thanks, God bless, and you all have a wonderful week. And I hope you join us again next time.